Okay, quick question for you. When you hear the word billion-dollar business, what comes to mind? Tech companies? Banks? Maybe real estate? Everyone's heard of Google, Tesla, and Apple. But what if I told you that some of the world's fastest growing billion-dollar industries are happening in places you'd never expect? Let's explore. Well, guess what? Some of the biggest money makers in the world right now are not in the Silicon Valley. They're hiding in places you'd never think to look: garbage dumps, secret kitchens, fish tanks, and even video games. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Garbage? Fish? Games? That can't be serious. But trust me, these industries are quietly exploding. And today, I'm going to show you 7 hidden billion-dollar businesses that nobody really talks about. And the best part? These are not just for billionaires. These are things that people like you and me could actually get into with the right idea, the right timing, and maybe a little creativity. So stick with me, because by the end of this video, you're going to look at trash, food, travel, and even your laptop in a completely new way. Let's start with something that everyone hates: garbage. What if I told you that garbage is actually a multi-trillion-dollar industry? Not the kind where you just collect trash, but where you literally turn waste into wealth. Take e-waste, for example, the old phone in your drawer. Inside, there's gold, copper, even silver. In fact, 1 ton of old smartphones contains more gold than 1 ton of mined ore. Incredible, right? Companies like Adaro Recycling in India are doing exactly this, extracting valuable metals from discarded electronics. And TerraCycle in the US is making money from the waste we don't even think about, like used toothbrushes and chip bags. The beauty? Governments love these businesses. In most countries, there are subsidies, grants, and tax benefits waiting for anyone who wants to start. If you want to begin, don't think about buying giant machines. Start simple. Partner with local scrap collectors. Pick one niche waste type like laptops, mobile phones, or plastic bottles, and build from there. One person's trash really is another's billion-dollar treasure. All right, let's move from garbage to food, and I promise I'm not about to suggest dumpster diving. Now imagine this. You order food on your delivery app, and it arrives piping hot. You loved it. But here's the twist. That restaurant does not exist. At least, not in the way you think. Welcome to the world of cloud kitchens. These are restaurants without tables, without waiters, sometimes even without a signboard. Just a small kitchen optimized only for delivery. Companies like Rebel Foods in India have built an empire of more than 4,000 cloud kitchens across the globe. And in the US, YouTuber MrBeast launched MrBeast Burger entirely through this model. No physical restaurant, just delivery. The growth is insane. This industry is projected to be worth over $70 billion in the next few years. And the best part? Anyone can start small. You do not need to buy a fancy restaurant space. You can rent a spot in a shared kitchen, make a focused menu like vegan bowls or late-night snacks, and let apps like Grab or Uber Eats do the heavy lifting of reaching customers. It's like building a restaurant in the digital world with a fraction of the cost. Let's move from food delivery to food supply. Think about seafood. Demand is skyrocketing, but oceans can't keep up. Overfishing is depleting resources. The solution is aquaculture. This is basically fish farming, but done in a controlled, often high-tech way. Companies like Atlantic Sapphire in Norway and the US are raising salmon completely on land. No ocean needed. And then there's Aqua Bounty, which has genetically optimized salmon to grow faster, feeding millions sustainably. It might sound futuristic, but aquaculture is already valued at hundreds of billions globally. The cool part? You can even start small. Backyard aquaponic systems, where you raise fish and plants together, are gaining popularity. In countries like Singapore and Thailand, governments are actively subsidizing sustainable fish farming. So next time you eat sushi, remember, behind that salmon might not be the ocean, but a billion-dollar farm. Now let's talk gaming. For years, parents told kids, stop playing video games, it will never pay the bills. Well, surprise, gaming is now a billion-dollar career path. The esports industry is exploding, projected to hit over $5 billion by 2030. Teams like Fnatic and T1 Esports are valued at hundreds of millions. Players? Some make more than professional athletes. And it's not just about playing. Streaming platforms like Twitch have turned everyday gamers into millionaires. If you want to get in, you do not need to be the next gaming superstar. Start a small esports cafe, organize local tournaments, or even create gaming content online. The money is not just in the games. It is in the community, sponsorships, and events. So yes, turns out, playing Fortnite can pay the bills. And the next is ghost manufacturing and white labeling. Here's a secret about some of your favorite brands. They do not make their own products. That lipstick, that t-shirt, that protein powder, all produced by ghost manufacturers. This is called white labeling. Factories produce items, and companies simply slap their brand name on it. Take Shine, for example. They've built a fashion empire not by owning factories, but by tapping into thousands of small manufacturers in China. Even in cosmetics, many brands sell products from the same lab, just packaged differently. The hidden opportunity? You do not need to invent something new. You could build a brand on top of products already being made. Platforms like Alibaba and IndiaMart connect you directly with factories. Your job? Design, packaging, and marketing. In other words, you do not need to build a factory to build a billion-dollar brand. And the next very interesting is niche tourism, spiritual, medical, eco. Travel is huge, but the real money is not just in hotels and flights. It is in niche tourism, where people pay for experiences that transform their life. Take Kerala in India. Ayurveda tourism attracts thousands of visitors each year. Or Thailand and Singapore, where medical tourism brings in billions as people travel for affordable surgeries and treatments. Then there's ecotourism, where people pay a premium to live close to nature. If you live in a culturally rich or naturally beautiful place, this is a hidden gold mine. You can start small. Host Airbnb experiences, organize retreats, or partner with local healers, doctors, or guides. Because today, people do not just want a vacation. They want transformation. And last but not least, one of the simplest ways into a billion-dollar industry, selling knowledge. I call it digital knowledge arbitrage. Fancy word, simple idea. You learn something, you package it, and you sell it online. Look at Udemy instructors making millions from courses, or creators selling Notion templates for $20 each. The entry barrier is almost zero. No warehouse, no inventory, no staff. Just you, your knowledge, and the internet. Start with an ebook, a mini course, or even a template. Market on Gumroad, Udemy, or Fiverr. You do not need investors for this one. You just need creativity. So there you have it, $7 billion businesses hiding in plain sight. From garbage to gaming, fish tanks to ghost factories, opportunities are everywhere. And here's the big takeaway. You do not need to wait for the next Google to appear. Sometimes, the next big idea is sitting right under your nose, in your trash can, in your kitchen, or even on your game console. So tell me, which of these industries blew your mind the most? Drop it in the comments, because I'd love to know which one you dive into. And hey, if you found this video valuable, hit subscribe, because I've got more deep dives coming your way. Remember, the future belongs to those who see opportunities where others see nothing. Do not just watch it happen, be part of it.